name is Jasper Shoesmith. As you can see, I'm going to be covering why we should bring back the dinosaurs. Now, I don't mean actual like the reptile dinosaurs, like T-Rex and stuff like that, but other extinct animals that can increase biodiversity and actually help our ecosystem if they're brought back correctly. Imagine walking through a nature reserve and you see a woolly mammoth alongside with an elephant, or you hear the echo of a dodo bird through the forest. It sounds like science fiction, but at this point in time, it's really not, because technology we have now is allowing us to actually make this happen. So, as many of you probably know and have seen in the news, a company called Colossal, which is a bioengineering company, have de-extincted the direwolf. That's like an image of what the direwolf would look like a long time ago. They're about 20 to 30% bigger than normal wolves, and that is not an AI-generated image. That's a real image of two of the direwolves and the Game of Thrones throne. They have three direwolves named Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. And this is super exciting because obviously the extinction is already happening. So today I'm going to cover why restoring ecosystems and biodiversity, or how de-extinction can do that, how it can advance science and medicine. It gives us a chance to make things right, and I'll also be addressing some concerns. So first, most importantly, is restoring ecosystems and biodiversity. So mammoths were a keystone species in Arctic grasslands, and by bringing them back, we can help restore Arctic grasslands. And these grasslands, they were able to like knock down trees and eat large bushes, allowing like the grasses to grow through and survive. And as we know, like if you believe in global warming, the polar caps like in the Arctic grasslands are melting, and mammoths actually, because they're so big, they stomped on the ice and compacted the permafrost even more, which scientists believe would slow down global warming. And this little bird right here is called a passenger pigeon. They were around in 1800, and there was about 3 billion of them, and their role in their environment was they were like a stabilizing entity. They would kind of just like any other species, they make sure like if they're taken out of the food web, then it all like falls. And they're also very important for dispersing seeds in forests and stuff. But according to this article, Billions to None, they were hunted to death, and also destruction of their habitat. They got completely extinct. Which is crazy to think about, that there's 3 billion of them just 200 years ago, and now they're completely extinct. So also one of the most important things is by investing in bioengineering and de-extincting animals, we get to advance our science and our medicine. So for example, CRISPR Therapeutics is like the leading gene editing company. And they're able to go into specific like DNA and on the ladder, and they can target certain proteins and change like specific proteins, which is really crazy. And that's obviously how the direwolf was brought back. They use some DNA that they find from older fossils, and then use new like quantum computing and stuff to kind of like think about what would be there, and then they can just add it in and basically create anything. It's also like how this applies to us is it helps us, you can actually grow organs in labs for people instead of being on a super long like organ donor list. They're starting to learn how to like just grow organs. And also this gives us a greater, deeper understanding of genes. So this also, by bringing back certain animals, is giving humanity a second chance. Like I said with the passenger pigeon, humans are very responsible for a lot of the extinct animals, whether it be overhunting, habitat destruction, and this is a way for us to kind of right our wrongs and bring about like ecological justice. Most importantly, the concerns. So, obviously, some of the most common concerns with this topic are, won't this disturb ecosystems, what if it costs too much, and is it playing God? So scientists are approaching de-extinction very carefully. Obviously, if it goes wrong, then we could have like a Jurassic Park incident, and no one wants like T-Rexes running around everywhere killing people. So to do this, scientists are being very careful, and they're using isolated habitats and extreme safety measures, not only to protect their research, but to protect us also. Like for example, the direwolves, they are kept in a huge enclosure, but the company that won't even disclose where it is, but it's in the United States, but no one knows, just to keep it safe and to keep everyone safe. And this technology that's coming out now for it can lead us to a very bright future. That could be your kid one day. Maybe not betting on that, but being able to experience like animals that we never thought we'd ever see again. The past may be gone, but it doesn't have to be forgotten like forever. So.